So I don't really have a video today, but I just got out of watching Fantastic Four yesterday, and I kind of wanted to just talk about it. I don't really have time to edit the video super much, so just enjoy the trailer playing on repeat in the background. I'll be blunt and say that I don't remember the last time I left the movie feeling so mixed. Every aspect of the movie on its own is like objectively good. The set design is amazing, the plot makes sense and is solid, the acting is surprisingly really good. Everyone killed it. I was really iffy on Pedro Pascal's Reed, and I still kind of am, just like from a design standpoint. But I guess it works because he played it really well. Johnny Storm was played by the Stranger Things guy, and he was like a highlight of the movie. And we all know Ralph Ineson as Galactus is going to kick ass, and he was a very imposing figure. In fact, I think the movie did Galactus very well. He really is this larger than life figure, and he is terrifying. I mean, imagine finding out that in 1 year a giant man is going to come and eat your planet. I mean, that's kind of terrifying to me. I don't know. They use him super sparingly. It takes really long for him to show up or even be mentioned, and then he only shows up like 3 times after that. And the third time is during the final act where he starts rampaging around New York. It's pretty clear they wrote themselves into a corner, Galactus, because like what do the Fantastic Four actually do in the scenario? I mean, I know he is technically a Fantastic Four villain. He's shown up in their comics first, but like that was back when comics were really goofy, and Reed just builds a gun to like kill him. I'm not gonna say it, but the way they kill Galactus, not kill him, but it's really goofy. For comparison, there's a scene in Superman which just came out where Lois and Clark have a 12-minute argument with no music or anything, and let me tell you, you can tell that James Gunn's been divorced. This movie feels like that scene, but the entire movie, and it actually feels like 12 minutes. I think the Silver Surfer shows up like maybe 20 minutes in the movie, but at that point it felt like 45. So I was like sitting there, when is Galactus going to show up? Now, I think they did characters like Johnny Storm, Reed Richards, and Sue Storm, of course. They did them all super well, but I think the Thing kind of got left on the cutting room floor a bit. He has an entire subplot that doesn't really go anywhere, and it feels like it was just kind of a trailer bait. That scene of him looking in the window and how pretty he used to be doesn't go anywhere. He never mentions it to Reed or any of the other characters. He doesn't care. Whereas in the comics, he actually has a story arc where he's disappointed that Reed hasn't found a way to fix him yet. Like, admittedly, it does suck being a giant rock monster when one of your friends can turn invisible and the other one can set himself on fire and fly. Like, Ben really did get the short end of the stick here. I think the pacing issues could really be fixed by just shortening the intro a bit. The intro is like this montage trying to showcase an origin story for the Fantastic Four and also what they've been doing for like the 4 years they've been active. I really think it would have been better had they opened up on them fighting like the Red Ghost super monkeys instead of just doing a montage. I kind of want to see them use their powers more. I say that, but I'm really specifically talking about Reed here. Johnny Storm actually gets a lot of creative use of his powers. The Thing is obviously always using his powers, and Sue Storm, well, she's like the star of the show here, so she gets to use them all the time. But Reed Richards, admittedly, they really hold the stretchiness a lot. I think I can count on one hand how many times he stretched in this movie, so it doesn't really feel like Reed Richards half the time. I think they were too scared because it would look goofy, but guys, quite frankly, Reed's a goofy dude. In the movie, as his retro futuristic vibe, he would have been fine. They fight super monkeys in the first like 5 minutes. I think the movie would have been like much better had they either gone with A, an origin story, or B, just assume that you know who these characters are and figure it out. I actually don't like the idea of option A. I really don't think Galactus is someone who should be used on like an origin story. He really is like the end all be all, right? Aside from like Thanos and whatnot. I don't mind him being in the movie, and they were smart enough to keep him alive so he can come back later. Like James Gunn recently said, and I agree with him, that there's certain scenes we don't need to see anymore. Like Spider Man getting bit by the spider, Batman the pearls, and obviously Superman coming from Krypton. There are some characters who are so iconic that we don't really need their backstories anymore. And I think option B would just work a lot better. And again, Superman kind of proved this. They put fucking Mr. Terrific in the movie, and let me tell you, the average moviegoer doesn't know who Mr. Terrific is, and he plays a very large part in that movie. The movie puts him in there, kind of just says figure it out and gives you the tools to figure it out. I don't need like a 20-minute montage showing how cool Mr. Terrific is and explaining how he got his powers. While I'm comparing it to Superman, the actual intro to Superman just gets you right to the point a lot faster. It has 4 lines of text that quickly tell you everything you need to know about Superman. And then he gets right into it. There's no 10 minutes of Krypton exploding and the baby flying to Earth. We don't even see him get raised by Mom and Pa Kent. It's right to the fucking point because you know who Superman is. We know who Superman is. Just get to the point. I seriously think if they cut down the intro to this movie, they would be way better. But I'm glad people are liking it. I think the movie is fine. I'd say like 6 out of 10. I was just really bored for the first half. And then I enjoyed the third act. So, there's that.